Okay, colleagues, good afternoon. Are we ready to start? Okay, great. Once again, good afternoon and welcome to this media briefing. I will begin with tomorrow, the 27th of October, when the President will lead an oversight visit by government to the Emfuleni local municipality in Gauteng. This municipality incorporates areas such as Verneging, Vanderbijlpark, Sharpeville, Sebokeng, Boipatong, and others. The economically and socially important Vaal River also runs or flows through this area. The President and a number of ministers, as well as provincial leaders and municipal leadership, will assess progress in improvements to service delivery as well as challenges that remain. The municipality has faced difficulties in the provision of water services, leading to the Department of Water and Sanitation to intervene to upgrade critical bulk pipelines and pump stations infrastructure. The President's visit takes place in the context of the district development model, which aims to improve cooperative governance through integrated intergovernmental planning and budgeting. It's also a fulfillment of a commitment made by the President that he will visit all provinces as part of the Leave No One Behind District Development Model series of presidential izimbizo. The President will visit a water treatment plant, a wastewater treatment plant, and a highway pump station before meeting with stakeholders in the area. We've made pool arrangements that will be in place, and the event will be streamed across all the various government social media platforms. After the visit in Emfuleni, later in the evening, the President will then travel to Paris, France, to support the Springboks in their quest on Saturday, the 28th of October, to retain the Rugby World Cup Webb Ellis Trophy. The President is really looking forward to be invited onto the pitch for a second time by Captain Siya Kolisi to help lift the cup for the world champions. This will be the first time any country will hold 4 Rugby World Cup titles. The President wishes the Springboks and the All Blacks well for this showcase, which we hope will be a memorable event for those who will be in the stadium, as well as the global media audience that will be following the game. We are in the process of finalizing the program, and we hope there will also be an opportunity for a brief bilateral interaction with President Macron and President Ramaphosa. The President will also take the opportunity to visit the squad at their hotel to deliver words of encouragement on behalf of the nation. Then just briefly on the program in Parliament, on Wednesday, the 1st of November, the President will attend Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana's delivery of the Medium-Term Budget Policy Statement, the MTBPS, to Parliament. The MTBPS sets government priorities and goals, focuses the macroeconomic trajectory, and projects the fiscal framework over the next 3 years by outlining spending and revenue estimates, among others. On Thursday, the 2nd of November, the President will respond to questions for oral reply in the National Assembly. The President will engage with members on the following issues: the accountability of the South African Reserve Bank to Parliament, progress in the deliberations of the Remuneration Review Commission for the 2023-2024 period, protection of women and violence, implications of the insights gained from the Census 2022 for government's macroeconomic policy, as well as fiscal discipline within government. President Ramaphosa will, on Friday, the 3rd of November, host the 20th AGOA Forum at Nasrec in Johannesburg. This is an event that the President is extremely delighted over and looking forward to hosting. The AGOA Forum serves as a vital platform for the United States to build on the success of the Africa Leaders Summit and further enhance economic partnership with African states under the aegis of the United States African Growth and Opportunity Act that was approved by the US Congress in May of 2000. During the forum, President Joe Biden and President Cyril Ramaphosa will engage in discussions on shared opportunities, reaffirm the administration's commitment to the continent, and explore opportunities to make AGOA more attractive or more transformative as they deepen trade and investment relations with sub-Saharan African countries. The gathering will bring together government representatives from the United States, as well as AGOA-eligible countries, along with representatives from key regional economic organizations, the private sector, civil society, and labor. Over the course of the event, participants will delve into conversations about strengthening trade and investment ties between the United States and sub-Saharan Africa, with a focus on promoting resilient, sustainable, and inclusive economic growth and development. Minister Patel earlier on hosted a media briefing where he provided more details on the program. I will urge colleagues who missed that engagement to refer to that engagement. It will be available online, and I'm certain the department will issue a supporting statement if they've not issued it already. Right. I think that brings us to the end of the program. I will now take questions, and I understand already the questions that have been filed by colleagues who are joining us online. Hlopsile, maybe let's start with the questions from the colleagues online. Thanks.
Yes, it's a question from Raymond from Network 24. Mamapulo Chief Electoral Officer on Tuesday said that the Electoral Commission is in consultation with President Ramaphosa as to the date of the general election in 2024. When will the consultation be concluded, and when will the President announce the date for the 2024 general elections?
Raymond, as soon as the consultations are concluded, the President will announce the date. I cannot speculate as to when those consultations will be concluded. But as soon as those consultations have been concluded, the President will make that announcement. Yes.
Good day, Nkosinathi Shazi from Power FM News. I just have two questions. The first question is regarding fiscal discipline. So yesterday it was announced by the KwaZulu-Natal provincial government that they would be withdrawing the hosting of the 2023 Summer Awards, which was earmarked to be worth over 28 million rand. So just on the issues of government fiscal discipline, we just wanted to find out the KZN government withdrawing the hosting of the Summer Awards. Did they consult President Cyril Ramaphosa, and did he have the final word on the award show? And then finally, on a lighter note, President Cyril Ramaphosa has the chance to become the first president to win 2 Rugby World Cups. If the Springboks do win the World Cup, will we get a public holiday on Monday? Thank you.
Right, okay. On your first question, Mr. Shazi, maybe let's just clarify the obvious, that MECs report to premiers. Secondly, the president does not get involved in the day-to-day running of provinces as well as provincial departments. However, there was a conversation between MEC Duma and the president on the matter, in which the president advised, which that's all he can do is to advise against proceeding with sponsoring that event. Subsequent to that, the provincial leadership and MEC Duma then took a decision which was announced yesterday. And that advice was obviously as you've alluded, in keeping with the kind of fiscal discipline that needs to be seen across government and that the president is advocating as well. On your second question with respect to the public holiday, the president has received a lot of messages in this regard via us and directly. South Africans from all walks of life have reached out to him. He said to me, I must relay the fact that he's considering the request, but he is certainly looking forward to lifting that Webb Ellis cap for the second time, as I've mentioned earlier on. Vital?
Vital Mak from Task News Agency. It's the situation in Palestine. Returning from Cairo, if President Ramaphosa continue to have the contact with the leaders in the purpose to resolve the situation in Gaza and Palestine.
So just repeat that last part of your question, Vital, please.
If
maybe pull the
President
mic
Ramaphosa, yes,
directly
if,
to...
returning from Cairo from the meeting, if President Ramaphosa is actively involved in the discussion between leaders how to resolve this issue?
Vital, as you know, the summit in Cairo involved, if I'm not mistaken, close to 19 countries or so, if not more. Please don't hold me on that number, but it was a significant number of countries that participated in the Cairo Summit for Peace. And as you know, the purpose of that summit was to rally the international community behind a couple of key principles. The first being an immediate end to the fighting and the violence. The second one being the opening up of humanitarian corridors to assist scores of people who are in need of the basic necessities, as well as people who are in need of medical assistance, etc. The third one being the revival of the peace process and calling on some of the influential countries to assist the warring parties, if you like, towards a peace process of some kind. And so the president participated in the summit and expressed these three principles, which pretty much all the participants were in agreement with. Following that, the Minister of International Relations participated in the debate at the United Nations and echoed those sentiments and once again reaffirmed South Africa's position in that regard. The president, as well as the Minister of International Relations, will remain engaged with various stakeholders and will remain engaged in discussing ways in which A, we can accelerate access to humanitarian aid, B, we can revive that peace process as soon as possible so that we can alleviate the extent of human suffering that we have witnessed in that region. Phelps, is there another question from your side? Vital, you happy? Mr. Shazi is happy. I see he's nodding. He's happy that they may. He will still be happy even if there isn't one because the Boks will have won. Okay, colleagues, in the absence of any further questions, thank you very much. Please tune in at 2 o'clock and follow the Deputy President's questions and answers session in Parliament. Thank you.